Okay, you ready?
Yes.
Hi, and welcome to the Codependent Knitting Podcast. Codependence, good Lord.
Take two.
Hi, and welcome to the Codependent Knitters Podcast. Apparently we've hit the big 3-0. So, yeah.
Episode 30. I wish I was.
I know,
I wish I
right?
was turning 30.
Remember back. We're coming to you from Sarnia, Ontario. And this is my friend Dawn.
This is my friend Lisa.
So, for those of you who are new, joining us for the first time, welcome. And, you know, the people that hang around, thanks for coming again.
Thanks for sticking around. We're a knitting podcast, mostly knitting. I do crochet. I just primarily knit, so there's not a ton of crochet content on our podcast. But crocheters are welcome. We talked
about changing that, though.
I'm gonna do a crochet knit along, probably starting in I don't know, April or May, sometime soon. And crocheters are always welcome. So although we call our knit-alongs knit-alongs, I mean, unless it's a specific pattern that's knit, crochet is welcome. So if it's
you know what, in the one knit along we did things you can't wear, there was a lot of crochet.
There was a lot of
crocheters.
Yes.
Yay!
So absolutely, like unless, like I said, a pattern prohibits it, then unfortunately, but otherwise crochet is always welcome. We have so much to talk about.
I know, right?
Chit chat. What have we been up to? Last week we went to Knit Stitch in London.
Yes.
For knit night, because Suzanne is going to be moving. Knit Stitch London is going to become Knit Stitch Stratford. Or just Knit Stitch, probably. Yeah, she's moving at the end of March. So we went to knit night and we're hoping to go again this week. I'm not sure when we'll get this podcast uploaded.
On Wednesday.
Yeah, but we will be going to see her again for her very last knit night in London. And it's just such a nice knit night.
It's a nice,
It's a good group and it's a beautiful store.
Get to see a lot of people.
Yeah. What else we do? I had vacation. Well, you had a little vacation too. Did you want to say anything about yours? You just kind of went to cottage country for a few days. Eh?
Yeah, we just went to cottage country to Muskoka for a week. Couple of days short of a week. Yeah. I got to play in the snow at Horseshoe Valley Resort with my daughter. That was
looked
fun.
Really nice.
You know what? It's beautiful there. Yeah. And the snow was actually up to my knees, so I got to wear my snow pants. So yeah, I was doing flips in the snow and it was fun. But
I escaped the snow. We went down to the States we stopped at a few places just for overnight because of the amount of driving. But basically our main places we visited were Atlanta, Orlando, and then Myrtle Beach. And they were definitely warmer than here. We had a couple of really warm days in Orlando, which was nice. And we'd never been to Myrtle Beach before, so
it's nice that way.
It's beautiful. We didn't have the warmest weather in March. We were actually lucky because we had 2 really nice days compared to before and after. It's beautiful. The beach is just it goes forever, and it's beautiful sand, and it's clean.
Nice.
And yeah, I love the water. We slept, actually the first night we slept with our patio door open. There's not even a screen. There were no bugs. And we just kept the door open a bit and you could hear the surf, but there was also a fountain in sort of the courtyard of the hotel down below.
Not bad.
But it was just so peaceful and calming and beautiful. Nice. So we really liked it. Yeah. It's, if you're ever looking for a family vacation, check it out, especially if you golf. Oh my gosh, but golfers probably already know that.
Yes, they do. Yeah.
So that was our vacation, and I did hit a few yarn stores, and I'll talk about my souvenirs at the end, so we'll just sort of defer that. So if you don't want to watch, you know, the yarn I bought a bit more than I had planned, and it wasn't that bad.
Just kidding. We
were driving, so I had space, but I'll just defer that.
Her husband drives a pickup.
Unless something, we have a truck. But I will tell you one place we went.
Okay.
So in Atlanta, we bought the City Pass, which has a bunch of the main attractions.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
The CNN tour, if you ever go, skip it. I mean, it's just nothing. Like, it should be free. It's whatever. We didn't even see anything really real. We got to look in on one sort of newsroom where all the worker people were, and one studio that was not in use. And other than that, it was just about CNN. So it was interesting, but it really wasn't fascinating.
Okay.
Yeah. But what was fun was the world of Coca-Cola. So the Coca-Cola headquarters are in Atlanta, and I'm not a big soda pop drinker. I like Coke once in a while, especially with pizza for some reason.
Yeah.
But my husband likes Coke. And my son doesn't drink a lot of soda, but he likes Sprite. So it's
They're
really...
the same family though, aren't they?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sprite's made by Coke. Okay. It's really neat because it's like a museum and it's about the history.
Yeah, but you kept posting weird Cokes.
I'm going to tell you about that.
Okay.
So they tell you about the whole history of the company, like right from its very beginning to like, you know, their marketing, different advertising, different, all of the memorabilia, like the signage and stuff crazy, from stores. They had an actual delivery truck, like an old Coca-Cola delivery truck. It was just really cool. And then at the end, before the, you know, there's always a gift shop at the end.
Right, always.
So at the end, there's, you go into this tasting room and there's just these islands of fountains. From, then. Okay. Yeah, it's their products from around the world. So some are I think most of them were carbonated. I don't know if they all were. And you can just, there's little cups and you can just have a taste. So the two weird ones, well, there were some really weird ones. There were some really awful ones, like just bitter, like different tastes, right? Like we're used to. And then some were sickeningly sweet, more than just regular soda. But the two that stuck with me, and I have pictures, so I'll put pictures here. So the first one was a sour plum soda from China.
That's right.
This is the one that smelled and tasted like a sweet barbecue sauce. Not kidding. Like every single person was like, it's barbecue sauce.
That is too funny.
But I liked it. I don't know why. I like barbecue sauce. Maybe that's why. It was interesting. It's not like you could drink a lot of it, but okay, it was weird. And then the other one that I kind of liked was, it was from Russia. So it's a version of Sprite, but there's cucumbers on the logo. And so it's kind of like sweet and tangy, and it reminds me of...
it's like spa coconut water.
Well, there's...
It's when you go to spa,
cucumber water?
You get the cucumber water.
It was more almost between cucumbers and pickles. So there's a salad that when I grew up, I'm half Ukrainian, and I don't know if it's a Ukrainian thing or not, but there was just a salad that people would make where it's just sliced raw cucumbers, and then you make a little dressing that has like vinegar and a little bit of sugar, salt, and pepper, and probably water.
And dill.
You can put dill. The soda didn't have dill, but it tastes exactly like that, but carbonated. Okay. And I love that salad. So that was just fun. We got to taste all these different things. Yeah. And then the gift shop, I got myself a project bag. Ta-da!
I love it.
Isn't that cute? I know. It's just perfect. So I thought,
I love it. That's so awesome.
It's just the perfect size. There's actually even 2 little pockets on the inside.
Oh, that's cool.
And then I got us some stuff. These are for you.
Oh, thanks.
These were actually earrings, and I turned them into stitch markers.
That's cute.
So there's little Coca-Cola for me.
And a Diet Coke for me.
And a Diet Coke for Lisa. There's 2.
That is so
cute,
cool.
Hey? I know. I was looking at them, and then I thought,
stitch markers.
I can make these into stitch markers. So I did. And then this one too, which is just a bottle cap.
That is so cool.
Yeah.
I actually used to have a Coke bottle that someone brought me back from Japan.
Oh, cool.
So it was it was all written in Japanese, and it was kind of, even the Coke. So you only knew it was Coke because of the colors. And so it's kind of neat.
And that was one of the things they explained, was when they designed that bottle, it was to make it immediately identifiable, even if it was broken, that you could tell that was by the shape, by the texture, the writing, and they made it so you could fit it in your hand. So it was just interesting.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
That would have been fun.
Yeah, it was fun.
Very cool.
So that was...
Yeah, my life.
Atlanta. Yeah. So that was, vacation. And then we came back, and thankfully it's warming up here. Because
it is, yes.
When you go somewhere warm and then you come back to more cold, it's kind of hard, hey? Like you just
It
want...
depends. It depends.
You want
Like
it to be warm.
If you go away, because we often go away end of January. Right?
So then you're coming back to winter for sure.
So I'm coming back to winter. And I know I'm coming back to winter, so that's okay. But it's hard when you come back at this time because... you could come back to snow. You could come back to warm.
Itchy eye. So we should probably move on to some actual knitting related content.
All right.
I got I was contacted by Kawartha Yarn and Fiber Festival. I am going. It's a fiber festival in Fenelon Falls in the Kawartha Lakes area.
It's actually nice. It was really nice.
Really pretty country there.
The drive isn't bad either.
No.
There's stuff to look at.
Yeah. And we went last year. So I'm going again this year. I've registered for a class, actually. Lisa can't go. She has a family engagement.
Yes, my niece is getting married.
Yeah, that's important.
So, you know what? It's all good.
Yeah, but I'm going, and actually Adrian of the Fiber Friends podcast is gonna go with me.
Nice.
So Kawartha Yarn and Fiber Festival is having I think it's gonna be a table, like a podcaster meet and greet or something. I can't remember all the details.
Okay.
And they may have it totally not fine-tuned, but they're just like, so they were asking if I would be, I think it sounded like kind of just sit at a table for an hour, and then they'll have different people throughout the day.
Oh, that would be fun.
So yeah,
because then you don't have to do it
the whole day. Yeah.
And then if you're taking a class, then you can still go and at least meet somebody, right? So yeah, that's good then.
Yeah. So because my class is in the morning, I will be so I think it's mid-afternoon sometime at this table. I can't remember the exact time.
Very cool.
Yeah. And I don't know if they're also going to have a podcaster meetup. I'm not totally sure if they do that and what time it will be. But they sent us tickets to give away. So we have a little stack of tickets. It's a free admission, which is fantastic. So we want to give these away.
Now we're giving them away in pairs, so we're assuming that we all have friends.
Well, we'll give away 2, but 1 to each. We'll draw for 2 people. How about that? Okay.
Okay.
So we'll give away 2 on YouTube. So on this episode, if you want to go to Kawartha, I mean, obviously, if you're not going to be going, don't bother commenting. But you can comment. But what we're going to ask is if you want to win the Kawartha ticket, to put a comment that I'd love to go to Kawartha or something. Mention Kawartha to that effect, and then we'll read your comment. And so when we pick a winner, we'll make sure it's someone who actually hopes to go. Last year we left it too late, and we had like a hard time giving away free admission tickets. So hopefully we get you soon enough, and we get these into the mail to you so that you can attend. Yeah, so there'll be 2 given away on our YouTube video, and then we're gonna do give 2 away on Instagram. So I'm not sure when, soon. So sometime after this, we'll give you a chance to follow us on Instagram. We are at Codependent Knitters. And we'll be putting a post up, and all you'll have to do is comment on that Instagram post for a chance to win a ticket. And then we will also give 2 away in a discussion thread on Ravelry. So we'll open the Ravelry thread, and if you're interested in going to Kawartha, you just have to comment in there that you're interested in going to Kawartha. And please, actually, we're going to ask you to
answer a question.
What vendor are you looking forward to seeing at Kawartha?
Good call.
Yeah.
High 5 on that one.
And I'll put a link to the Kawartha website where you can go and look at all the vendors that are going to be there if you've never been.
There's a lot of them.
There are. It was a good show for their very first show. I thought it was a good show last year and good turnout. And I know this year they've got a great lineup of classes, and some are sold out already.
Awesome.
There is still time to get into some of them, so you can check on that. Because if you're going there, why not, spend a couple hours in a class and then have the rest of your day to shop the market.
Very true.
Yeah. Okay, so thank you so much to Kawartha, the ladies who organized the Kawartha Yarn and Fiber Festival. We appreciate this so much, and I look forward to seeing everyone there.
And I look forward to the pictures.
We'll tell Lisa all about it.
I have to wear a dress.
I look forward to the pictures.
The evidence.
Of Lisa in a dress. You will look fabulous in a dress.
Not in my jeans or my track pants.
No, you have to wear a dress. Okay. That's one ticked off our list.
Okay, so what are we doing now?
Knit-alongs. We have a couple of knit-alongs that they finished and we need to draw prizes.
Oh, right, because you know what? That was a weird time when we did the last one.
Well, it was
kind of
end of March, and then I closed the threads because we were away, but we're still going to draw prizes.
Yes, we do.
So the first one was our sweater knit-along, the adult sweater knit-along. And we picked the prizes just before we started recording. So the winner was, I'll put the picture on here. The winner was number 5, Westover. Yay! It's actually, we know her. It's actually Barb. So we know Barb, and congratulations, Barb. Barb knit the Bannock sweater by Bristol Ivy. And I'll cut this out if I'm wrong, but I believe it's yarn that she actually repurposed. She unraveled a sweater that she had before and soaked it and dried it and re-knit it.
She was talking about that, yeah. Okay.
I think.
Good,
so
good for
if
her.
I'm
That's
wrong, I'll
it.
just
Good
cut
for
that all
her.
out. Yeah. And so Barb, your prize. A skein of Leo and Roxy yarn.
Yay!
This is called, you probably know, Stephen West.
Remember we laughed at that? Yeah.
It's awesome. Sock yarn from the amazing Leo and Roxy, who are Jolyn and Carrie, who are the owners of Little Red Mitten now.
Those are some busy girls,
Yeah,
those two.
they're great. They have amazing yarns.
Mm-hmm.
Congratulations, Barb.
Yay!
The second knit along was Stuff You Can't Wear, which we ran for quite a while, and it was
I
just...
couldn't believe how much stuff was in there.
We had over 300
Gorgeous
entries.
stuff.
301, I think, right?
Yep.
And there was everything. There were blankets to toys to... like people,
Mops,
someone did a floor cleaner, like, you know,
Like
the
a
Swiffer.
Yeah,
a
that was
reusable
cool.
one.
Yeah.
Smart. There was everything. I think we mentioned that a couple times.
I was kind of floored at the different things that people came up. But the things that people came up with.
Yeah, it was really neat. And so we picked number 263, who is Shirley Knits, and that is Shirley from Virginia.
Yay,
who
Shirley.
it looks like
She's
crochet.
busy.
Yeah,
She's a
she
busy
entered
lady.
so many things. So we're really happy for you, Shirley. And she entered.
It was the whale.
It was a whale, and I think it's crochet.
So cute.
It looks crochet.
It was crocheted, yeah.
Okay.
But it's beautiful. And he's so cute.
Yes. And so, Shirley, we are going to give you a pattern of your choice. Did we say
That you can't wear.
a pattern of something that you can't wear?
I think
So
did we decide how much?
10? You can usually get a decent pattern for
Canadian?
$10 Canadian.
Okay. Or something you can't wear.
Of something that you can't wear. So just message us, Shirley, and let us know what pattern you like, and then we can actually go into Ravelry and
we'll send
gift
it to you
it
as
to
a
your
gift.
to your Ravelry
So
library.
if you contact me, we'll get on that.
Okay. And I'll put your ID on the screen. And then the third knit along is the Midnight Snow Socks knit along, and that's a pattern by
Those are
Natalie
beautiful.
Sheldon. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I'm knitting those, and I took them on our vacation. I couldn't. Most of my knitting time was in the car because in the hotel, like if half of our trip we were all in one room. We didn't have a separate bedroom. So, you know, when my son goes to bed, it's like dark. I actually did knit a lot in the car, but I couldn't do the color work. I don't know. It was just too much. And we were listening to audiobooks and yeah, I just found it was slow and difficult.
Yeah.
So this is where I still am. My Midnight Snow Socks. And so I didn't finish. And I still actually have the Bridget's Garden sock to finish. So I thought, let's extend this knit along because Natalie just released a new pattern.
Did you see that bumblebee one? That one was cute.
Oh, I forgot to look up what it's called. Natalie just released a new pattern called the Bee Whisperer, and like the other two socks, it's all color work, and it is like honeycomb with little bees.
Yeah, it's so pretty.
And they're beautiful. Our friend Noelle test knit a pair. It's a gorgeous pattern. Her patterns have they look really hard, but they're really not. It's not like lace where you have to keep track of intricate stitches or you drop a stitch and you completely mess up. It's just changes in colors, so the pattern's actually quite easy to read. And the it's an afterthought heel, but it's called a forethought heel. She calls it a forethought heel because there's a specific place in the pattern where you stop and put the heel, so that the design on the back of the leg stops, and that's where you put your afterthought heel. And it's and then the sole of the foot changes after the heel. So she has a location in the pattern where she tells you to do that. If you're savvy and you want to make your legs longer, you could adjust, but it's just she does all that work for you. And you know, the Bridget's Garden sock that I knit wasn't I thought it would be more difficult than it was, and it really wasn't. So
as long as you have a way to keep track of the chart, you're good.
You know what I did? I am using, for the Midnight Snow, I'm using Knit Companion for the first time. Yeah. So I just downloaded the free version of Knit Companion, and it is fabulous for this because there's a sliding bar that you just move with your finger on your touch screen to keep track of what row you're on. There's counters, and there's even multiple counters. So if you were doing lace where you had to count rows and repeats, there's different counters to do that.
There's 4 of them, and you can color code them.
Yeah. Awesome. So it's great for this.
Story, I bought that before you had to pay for it monthly.
I know, and I never got around to getting it.
It was no, this is like years and years ago before I even knew you.
Oh, well,
and
it's only a couple years ago that they changed it, right?
I remember paying $15.99 for an app.
But that's
right?
one time.
But I'm done.
I think it's subscription based now.
It is.
So, but there is still a free,
there's a
basic
free trial
version, and it's everything you need for this pattern for sure. Yep. So we're gonna extend that. So it's end of March now. April, May, June. How about 3 months? End of June.
Perfect. I could even maybe get a pair done.
We're gonna extend it and we're gonna expand it. So it's any of Natalie's 3 sock patterns. So Bridget's Garden, Midnight Snow, and the Bee Whisperer.
Perfect.
We're not going to close the current thread. So we had 5 entries, I think.
So we're going to keep the 5 entries.
You get to stay in.
You get to stay in.
But to reward you for your hard work, we're going to pick a prize.
Yeah.
So we drew just before we started, and the winner was number 3, Mary Knits, or Mary Knits 7.
They're beautiful.
She entered 2 pair. She finished 2 pair, which is fabulous. So congratulations, Mary. Again, get in touch with us, and you have won a sock project bag.
Ooh, that's a nice size bag.
And it is from Sticks and Pins.
Nice.
It is nice. Look, the polka dot lining.
I like the polka dot lining.
Drawstring and the knit mitten pattern. Super cute. So get in touch with us and on Ravelry and get us your address, and we will get that out in the mail to you. The end of winter knit along goes till April 15th. So any wintry thing, anything you would wear in the winter. Hats, toques, mittens, gloves, balaclavas, etc. No sweaters, because we just did a sweater knit along, and there's so many sweater knit alongs out there. Scarves, cowls, shawls, if they're worsted or heavier yarn. Okay, so fingering weight, no. But if it's heavier, chunky weight, whatever, or worsted, that's okay. So you have until April 15th, and there will be a prize for that. We haven't decided what yet, but there will be a prize for that. So get your entries in. And I have WIP, really. You have a couple too. So we have some, FOs. We have some FOs related to that. But you know what we haven't talked about yet? What we're wearing!
I know, right?
I finished my road trip shawl. I'm wearing it. Oh my gosh. And Lisa finished hers a while back, but she wore it today because I was done mine. So this is a European road trip shawl. It is a pattern by Espace Tricot. It is a free pattern. It's a free pattern. You can get it from them on Ravelry. They also are selling kits. So the yarn that they wrote the pattern and designed it with is Jade Sapphire Sylph base. 58% cashmere, 42% linen. I think it's a fingering weight.
A light finger, but yeah.
Light fingering, yeah. And this is the tag, Jade Sapphire Sylph. I used the color Wisp. Lisa used the color Breathe. Breathe. Is that what it was? I don't even remember it. Breeze or Breathe? Like, breathe?
No, I don't remember. I think you might be right. Breeze.
I think it's Breeze.
Yeah.
Okay.
Breeze.
Something that sounds like that. It is just a long parallelogram. So instead of just a rectangle, it has pointy ends. So you increase on one end, decrease when you're casting off. And that adds a lot of length to it. That looks like the cast off edge, but it doesn't matter. Except we're backwards. There we go. And it's just stocking stitch forever and ever and ever. Now you did yours. There's a size difference between us. She's taller, way taller. And I only, I'm gonna knock that over. I only used four skeins. I used 4 and about 2/3 of a skein.
This still goes down to almost my knees.
The pattern calls for 5. I used 4 and I cast off a little bit early. I think I have 14 grams left. Okay. Because I knew it was going to be long enough.
4.5. Yeah.
14? Yeah, a little more than, they're 50 grams? A little more than 4.5, yeah. And it's nice and wide. Like this is the length, but because you could put it around your shoulders. It's definitely a great summer weight.
Well, it's funny because you know,
you could put it around your shoulders if you were just out for the evening. It's quite long. It's probably too long to use as just a stole because those ends, if you hold it like this, they'll be dragging on the ground.
Especially short like
so Lisa doubles hers and then does...
you know what? Even mine, it's smaller this way. It's not as wide, but I still can cover my shoulders. And yeah, it's just...
It's amazing.
It's super
so
soft.
I can wrap it like this and have these ends hang down. And you tend to double yours, which I could too because it's long enough.
Yeah.
Love it. Love it. Love it. The yarn, so with the linen content, it feels a little bit crisp when you're knitting it, but not like 100% linen. It does totally soften even as you're working with it. And once it's washed and blocked, it's really nice. It almost feels like a soft cotton, but it's way nicer. It just has drape and flexibility, and I can't get enough of it. It's a pricey yarn, and we decided to indulge and buy the called for yarn. However, so there are alternatives, and one that we've mentioned before and we highly recommend is a yarn called Coast.
Coast by Holst.
Yeah, Holst Garn Coast. Knit Stitch in London, moving to Stratford, sells it. You can make the entire shawl for the price of one skein of silk. Like pretty close, yeah. So it is really affordable and very comparable. It's a cotton wool blend.
It's a cotton wool.
And it's really nice.
I knit that little tank top out of it, and it was really nice.
Really nice.
That's what it happened because we were knitting this, and I was like, this would be nice.
Yeah.
But it is, and it's a lot less expensive, but it still feels nice.
It does.
I would actually do one in different colors.
Yeah.
Because
it comes in a lot of really nice colors. And it's another one that feels a tiny bit woolly when you're working with it, but it really softens up. So we know people actually making it now with that yarn. And another yarn that I have in my stash, it's a lace weight, but you can totally make this with a lace weight.
That would be a nice drape too.
It's Malabrigo Baby Silk Paca. There's 420 yards in a skein, so you could easily make it with 4. You could go, because it's lace, you could go down a needle size, make it a little bit wider so you have more substance. You could do 5 skeins. This yarn has 70% baby alpaca, 30% silk. So you're going to get a little bit of a halo, which I don't know if it picks up in the camera from the alpaca, but you're going to have the drape with silk. And alpaca and silk together, like just luxe, right? Like the feel. So I have a set of this color and a set of a really dark, it might even be black, in my stash. And if I make another one, I probably would make one. No, I wouldn't make one the same color, right? But the black I could. So that's another option that we would recommend. And they're very similar in yardage per skein too. So you kind of, Malabrigo Baby Silk Paca lace would work. Okay, that's what we're wearing. I just can't tell you how much I love this. I would make another one.
I wear mine all the time.
Yeah. Okay. I know, I'm glad I got it done now because I can wear it. It's the perfect weather. FOs. You go first because I've been talking so much. My voice is hoarse. So.
Okay, so FOs. Well, I'll show you these first. I've been knitting for, here's my winter knit along. I've been knitting my niece, like I said, my niece is getting married, right? So, you know how they have the showers and they have gifts at the showers. So I actually knit a Gaptastic shawl, and it's by Cowl, sorry.
Jen Giggly or Gagley. Sorry, Jen. This is really popular, so a lot of people already know about it if you've been on Ravelry for any length of time.
And I made it with the Lion brand Quick and Thick.
Thick and Quick.
What is the color?
Moonlight.
Moonlight. So it's got some grays.
Uses 2 balls.
Grays and black mixed with the natural.
So it's like under $20 project.
Yeah.
It's an excellent gift for anyone who doesn't knit because it's easy care.
It's nice.
And
like,
it's got wool.
It actually feels really, really soft and really...
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's that one. And then I can't take credit for this one. I made my mom knit this one.
Oh, you have 2. You didn't tell me you had 2.
Well, I made my mom knit it. Yay, Mom!
Mom's whips count, or Mom's FOs count. This is like a charcoal color.
It's that one is one of, I like that one.
I do too. I've knit a Gaptastic with this color.
I think the first time I knit a Gaptastic, I did it for a teacher gift.
They're great teacher gifts.
So easy peasy lemon squeezy.
Easy, easy.
So yeah, I did those. And then I did, because it's a wedding shower, I did dishcloths, because everybody likes dishcloths. So there's 1, 2, 3, 8 of them. And they're just little squares. And I have to tell you, I get kind of, like, my daughter tucked the ends in.
Well done.
So she tucked all the ends in for me.
Nice.
And yeah, so she had to learn how to do it, so those were
That's
done.
the Bernat Handy Crafter cotton.
I don't remember the color. It was just something I had at home.
Easter.
Probably, right? That's a good name for it.
Blue,
We're gonna
lavender,
call it
pink.
Easter.
Yep.
So yeah,
That's one of those jumbo balls?
Yeah, it was just a
Okay.
bit. I can get 8 out of the jumbo balls.
Nice. They're good
So,
size too.
Yeah. So that's why I don't have a lot of knitting done for me. So
Hold on. You have a big FO.
I do. Where did I put it?
It's right there.
Really nice. So I finished
Finally.
my weekender. Da-da-da. But it's too
love
hot
it.
in this room to wear
I
it.
know. The sun now. The sun. I had the window open trying to cool the
So
room.
it's really nice. It's a boat neck.
Can you see that?
Really,
This
and
slip
it's-
stitch up the center.
yeah. And I did it with the Erin Moore. in
Erin Moore Donegal Heritage.
tweed.
Yeah, it's an MCS.
No, it's yeah, it is MCS.
I wrote MCS
Sorry.
last
yeah,
time.
Cashmere
It has a
silk,
boat
yeah.
neck.
I made the sleeves extra long so I can fold them,
Okay.
and then when I'm cold I can unfold them
This is soft.
because I'm always.
So she wore this the other night because she had it finished. You wore it when we went to Knit Stitch.
I did.
And I just love the color, and I kept looking at it and
And
admiring
it is a color.
It is a color.
It is a color. It's like a tealy.
This is my
Yeah.
my wheelhouse. But I kept looking at it. She was wearing it, and I said, I'm not looking at your boobs. I just love your sweater. I keep admiring it.
But yeah,
So,
so
really
I
nice.
think, you know what, to be honest, this is going to be one that I would probably wear a lot.
I'm tempted.
I would actually maybe even knit it again.
Yeah?
Yeah. And this yarn, I am so knitting
That's
with this
nice
yarn
yarn.
again. Well, I bought it at Little Red Mitten.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's my big FO.
How many skeins did you need of that?
6.
And do you remember what needle size? Did you put a project
I
base?
did. I didn't. I did, but I have
You
to
mentioned
finish
it last time.
I did a 5.5 on the ribbing and a 6 on the body.
Okay.
But I
Millimeter.
did, however, I used the 5.5 to do the sleeves because I wanted them a little bit tighter.
That's a good idea.
Given that these big guns over here. So yeah.
Oh,
I did
so it's
that.
finally done. I've been
Yay,
looking
it's
at
done,
that for a
and I've
while.
worn it a little bit. Oh, and here's an FO that everybody is probably fed up with
We've
seeing as
seen it.
a whip.
For several episodes.
But look at, they're so cute.
I like how you did the heels and toes alternating.
No.
Oh, look at those colors.
Yeah, they're so cute.
This is, hang on, there. This is
That's Allegria.
Yeah, Manos del Uruguay, Alegria.
Yeah.
And the color is Locuro Fluo. I don't know if I said that right, but that's how it's spelled. And it's just like a party. It's got all the bright colors.
Yeah. And it's funny because it looks like tiny stripes when I did it.
Yeah. Super
And
cute.
the pink, the toes and heels are Roxy and Leo. I bought a 5-pack of their neons.
Mm-hmm.
This one is Flamingo, and I can't remember what that one's called.
But it's a beautiful, like, big bird yellow, I've been calling it. Lovely.
So, yeah.
Lovely. So you're done, so you can wear them.
I'm done, and I can wear them. Yay!
They're just, vanilla sock. Lisa does hers 2 at a time on Magic Loop.
Magic Loop, 2.5 needles.
And you always do 2 at a time.
Always.
Cuff down. That's a heel flap and gusset, I
No,
believe.
actually,
You did
it's
afterthought.
a,
Oh,
I
right,
did
because it's a different
afterthought.
color.
Yeah, so.
Afterthought heel. Yay.
Yay! I just think that they're so fun.
They are.
Yay!
Yeah. I have some of that yarn left over.
I
Another
do too,
project.
because I basically
And you
bought
have some
enough for
left
a
over.
dress.
So
But but I had to rip the dress out. 'Cause she didn't like it.
I could make probably a pair of minis. I might have to borrow a little bit from you. We'll see.
Call me, you can have some.
I pulled it out the other day just to check it. I should weigh it. Okay.
So that's it for me.
For FOs.
Done my dinner for Afros.
I have a couple.
Okay, what you got?
Well, on our trip, so just before we left on our trip,
It was cold when she left.
I have the, it's out there. I have the Not Too Fancy hat that I knit for my husband, and it's the one that's in the photo, which was Madeline Tosh chunky yarn. And he just says, he shaves his head. So he said when he wears it, he feels cold. Like you know, just the wind goes through it.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Let me feel that.
so I said I would do one. I did it double weight.
You could almost stand up on it.
I know. I did it double. I held. Now, this is deep stash, and I could not find the tag. I know it's Madeline Tosh.
Deep stash.
Like,
Way down at the bottom.
You know, 3 or 4 years. But for my stash, that's deep stash. I know it's Madeline Tosh, and it's either Dr. Zhivago's Sky or Dirty Panther. I have a skein of Dirty Panther sock yarn that looks a little darker, but it might be Zhivago's Sky, because that's what Noelle knit her boxy out of, right? Yeah, with the lighter gray tones. So I held it. The only thing is, I think it might be sport weight, because I know I had a skein of sport weight in my stash. So I don't know if it could be fingering though, because when you look at it,
no, it's
pretty fine. Sport, eh?
Yeah.
So I held it double. I can't remember what size needle I used.
Will you get mad at me if I put it on?
No. I can't remember what size needle I used, but I'll find it and I'll put it in my Ravelry page. I wanted it tight.
That is like, wow.
And I'm knit loose, so I probably used a 3 or a 3.5. And I didn't use a pattern. It's just I cast on. I can't remember. I'll write the details in my Ravelry page. But yeah, and then I had him with me to try it on, so I just like popped it on his head to make sure when to start
down the road.
Yeah, when to start the decreases.
Did you? You could, instead of putting what size is, you can also do your wraps per inch.
I could. Yeah. Oh, hang on. This is the bag it was in. What's this one?
That's nice.
3.25. 4. Why would I have a 4 in there?
I have no idea why you have a 4
and a
at
3.
all.
Oh, I have 3 sizes.
Okay.
What was one of those? Oh crap! I can't remember which one. I might have used the metal. I have a feeling I used the metal, or did I use this? Well, this is what, a 3?
Yeah.
This is a 4. I wouldn't have used a 4.
You would not have used a 4 for that.
Nope. Well, I held double. Who knows? Somewhere in that range. Your tension will be different than mine anyways. And here's what's left. No idea what yarn it is. So yeah, I wound it into 2 cakes and then just held it double. Good. So that was a quick and easy knit that I finished on our trip. I also finished my, what bag? Oh, I don't have them in a bag. My Pebbles and Pathway socks. Can I borrow your holder? I haven't pulled in the ends yet.
Which reminds me, did you see how they had the holders displayed at Little Red Mitten?
No, I can't remember.
They had them all hanging like this.
Oh, nice.
Which is kind of nice because I have to get another pair. I love those things.
I'm just going to put one on. I'll put the one that I had previously shown that was, it was washed and dried on a hanger. Yeah. Okay.
I just think these are so cute.
So this is the Pebbles and Pathway, and it's got the cable on each side.
Oh, nice. Okay.
And then on the leg part, there's 2. It is by Marcelin Smith, Hey Brown Berry, and I love it. So she released this just a few months ago, and there's a couple of variations. So this one I'll just hold this way so you can see. There's a few variations on how you can do this piece in between. So there is
seed stitch,
garter stitch, or stockinette. So you can change that up. I like stockinette, and I wanted to really show off the colors in this gorgeous yarn, so I did.
Call.
It's also written toe up. I modified it cuff down because I like cuff down, and I think with this one, to get my I wanted the ribbing to line up with the cables, so I added 2 stitches on the front, 2 stitches on the back, and then I just did a decrease on each side in the first row. I think I have details. So I just did, those are the only mods I did. The yarn is Lichen and Lace, teal tide, and it's I think it's an 80/20 sock. Nice. And I love this sock yarn.
Beautiful.
Yeah, I got it from Feather Your Nest in Sarnia. They're a Canadian company. So yeah, it's just a beautiful, beautiful sock pattern. I'm just gonna, and the yarn is gorgeous. It's just a rich teal. Pretty. Yeah, I would knit this again for sure.
Nice.
Yeah, and I did an afterthought heel. I can't remember now. I don't remember what the pattern had. Okay. A gusset or
Well, you changed it anyways. You went opposite direction.
Exactly. So, I went cuff down, but I did an afterthought heel. very good. So I finished that on our trip. Okay, I'm gonna call this an FO because technically it's almost done. Okay, I have this. I can
almost done.
not fair.
There's like a whole section missing.
Socks, road trip shawl. Oh, there's a thumb missing.
Well, that's a whole section.
Okay,
Oh,
not
here.
an FO. I'll leave it for the whips.
It's,
Let's move on to whips, so I can talk about it.
you know what? Let's talk about
Our whips. Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
We well, Lisa's about to start very soon, and I started. Hang on, let me prepare. Let me get the stuff.
Let her get her stuff
Get
together.
ready.
Okay. So while you were away, this is how it started. You were away, and I went to Feather Your Nest, and she has decided to do a knit along, but she doesn't. She's really good. She brings in all sorts of dot ires and stuff, and we were kind of wondering what was going on. And
She brought in
came
a yarn specifically for this knit along.
specifically for this knit along, and OMG, it is so nice.
I was away for the reveal.
I took pictures.
She sent me pictures.
It is a it's by Northbound Knits, which is Lisa Much, and it is 50% superwash merino, 50% silk. Now it's Terry is doing the Odyssey shawl.
Yes.
That's the knit along.
That's the shawl by Joji Locatelli.
Yeah. I, however, am not a big fan of multicolors, as we all know, and I fell in love with this color. It is called Kitten.
It's just a beautiful.
It's just beautiful, and
Semi-solid gray. Look at the different tones in it right there.
but it's so super soft.
So Terry put together kits.
Yep.
And
And
then
we
she
were allowed to rip them apart.
She also had extra skeins so you can build
Yeah.
your own kit.
Yeah.
And you're doing it all in one color.
I am. I'm doing it all in one color.
It kind of has, the pattern has sort of 3 sections, and Joji knit it in 3 different colors.
Yeah.
And you can do it however you want.
Yeah. I just thought with the 3 sections ending with that pattern, it would still look nice. As
Oh, totally.
yeah.
Totally. This yarn is amazing.
Oh,
It's amazing. So, when I got back, I went to Feather Your Nest
and you picked your colors.
to look at the yarn. I actually had yarn in my stash. I had some hedgehog DK that I was thinking of using. And then I touched this yarn and that was it. So
It is,
I
right?
picked out 3 colors.
Now you've been knitting it. Do you
I
find
started.
it slippery?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, so I'm using wood tips because it's so silky. It just slides right off your needles. It's amazing. So I've started, my first color is called Moonstone,
That's pretty.
and it's wacky light. You can kind of see it's grays and browns. And
and taupes and
my cake, because it's so slippery, my cake looks kind of sloppy, but you can kind of see here.
That's
There's
cool.
like, yeah,
Okay.
browns and grays.
That's really
Okay,
pretty.
and with the silk content, it has a really nice shine to it. So I think I'm at the point where I have to start the band of pattern.
Okay.
I think all my garter is done now.
It's beautiful.
I'm using wood tips. Well, these are still quite slick, but I'm using my Licka wood tips. I'm using a 4.5, just a little bit smaller than the pattern calls for because I'm such a noose lit. I'm a noose litter. I'm a loose knitter, and so and my gate, like, look at this thing. It's really loose, so it's perfect. And I think I also looked back at, it's similar in construction to the hipster shawl, and I think I'm using a smaller needle than I did for hipster, but that was also worsted weight, so it's perfect. It's perfect. My next 2 colors, so I have Moonstone,
yeah.
and then I have Abalone, which is, it's got some peachy pink in it
Yeah.
with the grays
pretty.
and the browns. Very subtle, and
That
then
pink in there kind of reminds me of a rose gold, though.
It
like
is,
It's not.
yeah,
It's a very
it's a
unique
blush
color.
It's a
Yeah.
blush pink. It's amazing. And then Skeleton Key.
Nice.
Yeah, a little bit warmer for the bottom. So I put a nice picture on Instagram. I'll put it in here of the 3 of them skeined. At first I wasn't sure if I was going to start with the abalone, but when I looked at Noelle's picture and how she was wearing it, the tails that hang down, you see the last 2 colors,
Okay.
right?
so
Because the
that's-
first color
okay.
is mostly going to be around your neck. So
Good
I thought,
call.
I want to see the little bit of this pink in there. So I thought, I'll put this as the middle, and then this will be closest to my face. So they're very subtle change. It's, more of a gradient. But there were beautiful colors that Terry got in, like some beautiful teals, like a cocoa color, some rusts. She got the metallurgy.
I was surprised that I was thinking of getting the purple.
Yeah.
Where it was the purple, and then it was the speckled purple, and then it was the
gray.
Silver. Like, yeah.
When Lisa sent me pictures of the different combos, actually that's the one. They all thought I'd pick the teal, but I kind of need a break from teal. I've gone teal crazy. But I actually, in my head was, before I went, I thought I kind of like that purple. And then I just thought, no, I want something a little more
I liked
neutral.
the silver when I was there. The first one I liked was the silver, and it's even lighter than this.
Okay.
But then I found 2 of these, and I'm like, oh, I just need one more kitten. I need another kitten. And so I found them. But
Your 3 little kittens.
my 3 little kittens who are not going to be mittens.
The only thing is, this is so silky and slippery. When I'm storing it, I'm going to have to put it in a case or put tips on so that these stitches don't, because look, it's just woo woo. So much fun. So
especially as it gets bigger.
I did a very slight modification because I'm also, you'll see it next, but I'm also doing I'm also doing a Lisa Much shawl that I had just started this week. And it's a crescent, well, it's an asymmetrical crescent. But her start and the way she does the increases, they're just a little bit different. And I thought, I don't want to get mixed up between the two as I'm knitting, right? Like I thought I'll just make them the same. So that's the only changes. I'm doing a slightly different increase, and I won't go into detail because you can find that in Lisa Much's pattern. And I also did the cast on the way Lisa does hers. So she doesn't do a garter tab. And I find I get a little less of that hump.
Okay.
Yeah, just a little bit less. It still does a little bit, but it's a little bit less. And again, I just thought, do it the same. So that's my Odyssey. So this is being run by Feather Your Nest. And details of the knit along are on her Ravelry page. If you want to join, she is specifically doing this knit along with the Northbound Knitting yarn. So I mean, you can certainly still knit it, and we're going to give you an option as well. We'll talk about it in a few minutes. Okay. So that's that whip. What else do you have? You go next.
Do you want to just talk about the knit along now? We'll do that. That makes sense, and then we'll go back.
So in addition to this one, which is the Lisa Much yarn, last week I cast on another Lisa Much pattern called Vitus, which is an asymmetrical, and I thought I printed it out. Oh well, maybe I can put a picture here. So I am knitting that in, I have 2 colors here. So this color is Mammoth Yarns. This is the color Atlantis, and it's dyed by Mammoth Yarns in Manitoba. That's Dina of A Tale of Two Knitters podcast. She has beautiful yarn. And I had this in my stash, and just because it's pretty, eh? It's kind of a coral pink. Anyways, and I had 2 skeins of this yarn, which is Lichen and Lace. I see seashells.
Say that really fast.
I see seashells. I see seashells. Sure. That Barb gave me last year. She gave me 2 skeins.
Nice.
So this is how it looks in the skein.
Okay.
Like
and is that it caked?
And this is it caked.
Okay.
This one has a little less of the coral, but
it is what it is, right?
Yeah, so these
They
2
look
together.
beautiful.
And I think I've finished the first section. Yes, I've already
so it's
started.
only 2 color scheme?
2 colors.
2 color, okay.
But Lisa has a lot of shawls that are similar to this, where she'll have striped garter and then one of the colors, and then so this is striped garter, which I have finished, and then there's the a short row. So I'm starting this color in the short row section, and then I think there's another color of the coral, and then another of the the speckled.
That's cool.
And then like a big border that goes around it all.
Nice.
So
So that's a Lisa Much pattern.
It's a Lisa Much pattern.
Good job.
Called Vitus. It's available on Ravelry. She has amazing shawls. Follow her on Instagram. She frequently puts her patterns on sale. Or offers free ones.
Right now.
Yeah. She just released 3 new patterns actually that were really cool.
So we have decided to do a Lisa Much knit along.
Yeah.
So in order to be part of the knit along, you either have to choose a Lisa Much pattern, or it has to be made out of Northbound Knitting yarn. Now, if you do a Lisa Much pattern and you use her yarn, that's 2 entries. So yeah, I think that'll be fun. And when did we decide we were gonna stop?
We will start now, and
now.
whips included.
Yep.
And we will stop at the end of
I think it's on the first
May.
Yeah, we decided May.
End of May. So, for people that are doing the Odyssey shawl knit along in Lisa Much yarn, that counts.
Yay!
For people that are doing any Lisa Much pattern, that counts. And if you're doing a Lisa Much pattern and using Lisa Much yarn, bingo, your lucky day, you get 2 entries. So we did a Lisa Much, like a Northbound knitting knit along in the past.
Yes, we
because
have.
we love her patterns, and
Yeah,
I've knit
beautiful.
2 or 3 of them. So
And
yeah.
I've never actually had her yarn in my grubby little paws.
You know,
it's really nice.
I was telling you that while we were on vacation, Lisa
yeah.
Much released her trio, like 3 new patterns, and I was looking at them, and I actually
see them on her Instagram because she had sets, 3 yarn together.
Yes,
it was
I did.
Beautiful. Yeah.
And I actually thought, oh, Terry should bring that yarn in, and then she did.
Yay, Terry!
So, woo!
So yeah, good job.
So it's because I thought that. You're welcome. No, I'm just kidding. I'm psychic. But yeah, it's really nice yarn. So, and she's she I think is looking into bringing in a different base as well, or a different weight.
You know what? This is just it's
I don't know for sure.
gorgeous.
Stay tuned to Feather Your Nest. She always posts her new arrivals on her Ravelry group. If you're not in Sarnia, like I know there's a few people in London that were talking about how they'd love to come and check out this yarn. So yeah, it's definitely not a long road trip, and you can have fries under the bridge now, which is kind of cool. So
Yeah.
come to Sarnia.
You sound like the tourism board.
Come to Sarnia. I like telling people about Sarnia.
Yeah,
There's
it's
lots.
nice.
Yeah.
Okay, so what's next?
I feel like there's something more.
No, that was
This.
What's
You
that?
you go. You have more whips.
What? No, it's okay. What
This,
did we
my
forget?
other socks.
Oh, okay, we'll do that. That's fine.
You want me to keep talking?
Mine. Okay. Well, we'll do one of my whips in between. How
Oh,
about that?
nice.
Okay,
I have the
so
one that you made me call a whip that was really an FO, almost. Okay, you go.
Do you have both of them or just one?
I have 2, and you go.
Okay. So everybody's fed up with looking at these, but they're almost done. I just have to do the.
Have we
ribbing at
seen
the
them
top.
before?
I think
Just
you
the
had
cuff
300
stage.
years ago.
Oh,
So yes, I'm making little. I made the
Promise.
vanilla
you made vanilla flip mitts.
flip mitts for my daughter, and she really. Oh, that's the wrong hand. She really liked them. So I picked a pattern. It was called palmistry, and because I wanted to see how the
It's Palmistry by Stephanie Lotvin.
I wanted to see how the
She does it a thumb gusset. It's a little bit different.
yeah.
Kinda,
So I thought I'd see how it turns out. It's
have to
not
show
the
them.
greatest in this yarn because you can't really see.
Yeah, you can kind of see the
Kind of see it,
increases.
but yeah. And I still have to block it and whatnot. So, yeah. I know. So, but I'm still going to do what the vanilla flip does with all the ribbing.
They do ribbing on the hand that you
Yeah.
can fold over.
Yeah. So
And
it's kind
your
of.
yarn is
My yarn is Call Me. It's a what is it? MCN.
MCN.
It's running away.
It's by Leo and Roxy.
And it's by Leo and Roxy. It's called
Let's do a
Call
close-up.
Me.
Of Call Me. I have a skein of this, and I am deciding what to do with it.
Now the funny thing is,
Love
if
it.
you hold them together, it's the same. It's the exact same ball because they only have one ball. And look at the difference in them, isn't that
Do you think
neat?
they're different?
Yeah. This one's more gray. And
A
this
bit,
one's more
yeah.
pink.
Not as drastic as some hand-dyed skeins can
No, and I'm fine with it. It's just, and it might also be where all the colors land, right?
Yep.
Because of where I started and whatnot. So it's kind of,
Yeah.
it's just interesting.
be. Yeah, this
Doesn't
one's
bother
pinker.
me. You don't care.
Nope, they're gorgeous. Gorgeous.
Yeah. So I mean, it's.
Do you have
Other whips? I have socks.
Socks.
I love this yarn though. Here you go, long arms. This
don't know
is
long She's doing
it's all relative.
her cuff.
I'm doing my cuff, and it is Life in the Long Grass, hand dyed in Ireland, and it's Twist Sock Sport. So it's a little bit.
Oh, is it a sport weight?
I don't think it's a sport weight, but it's all good.
It just feels like a fingering.
Yeah.
The colorway name is Touchstone. And you got this from
I got it from
Knit Stitch.
Knit Stitch. Now, you can't really see it. You could see it when it was skeined up, but there's a tiny little fleck of, do you see it?
Right in here. Of yellowy green.
Yeah, so I've decided that you ready?
Here's a bit.
I can do my heels in that. And that is,
I love it.
that is crazy. That's
And there's the yellowy
highlighter by
Hedgehog.
Hedgehog Fibers. Yeah. And actually, my friend Adrian gave me that because I couldn't find neon.
So she gave you the mini?
Neon highlighter for my
There's,
socks.
Madeline Tosh made one called Edison Bulb that was similar, but I think it's discontinued. But it's an awesome color.
So it was a hard color to find, and thank you, Adrian. I can't wait to use it.
Vanilla sock.
I might be wearing my sunglasses. Vanilla sock, 2
Afterthought heel.
2.5. I think I might do. I haven't decided on my heel yet.
Yeah.
No, because I'm usually a gusset girl.
Yeah. You still can.
Yeah, I can.
You can just do the flap.
Just keep going.
And the cup. And then, yeah. Okay.
So that's totally.
I have
it
2
for
more.
me. Ooh, what you got? Oh, I like those. Can I touch them?
Yeah. Do you want to put on the finished
Oh,
one?
I didn't know you had a finished one. Well, that's
what I
different.
said. Okay. I finished one thumb last night and then I was too tired. I'm making a pair of mittens. This is the Ghostwood mitten. How close
Oh,
can
you
you get?
can't really see it.
It's the
There it
lighting.
is. There it is. You can see it now.
Oh, terrible. Okay, hang on. It is the richest blues and purples.
Oh, the colors are
there,
beautiful.
you can see it right there.
You can't really see the really cool
The
cable
blues and
down the
purples.
front.
No, and I thought you'd be, I'll put a photo. So it's the Ghostwood mittens.
You're making
know
those again.
Can you hold this and I'll hold the mitten?
Oh, sure.
Just hold it so it kind of blocks the light. Like, hold it back a bit though. Yeah. So there. You can see, I added a second repeat of that little diamond.
Okay.
I'm trying to get it so that it's there. So it's just like the gray ones that I made last time, but I added the diamond. So this is Malabrigo Rios. The colorway is 247 Wales Road.
Okay.
Wales with a H, like the fish, not like the country. And I used DPNs, and I think I used my 3.25 millimeter DPNs. I wanted it a bit snug, and it's a gift for a friend whose hands are slightly smaller than mine. So it's actually, I love the way it fits though, because if I soak this, it's probably going to stretch a little bit. It's a superwash, but this is like a perfect snug. I love my mittens to fit like this. Just a nice fit, right? I don't like sloppy.
We are so opposites.
So I just have to do the ends on this one and finish the thumb on this one. And I changed the pattern and did a gusseted thumb. Other than that, and my modification to add a repeat, which is easy to do if you wanted to do that. It's just so pretty, I wanted it to extend up a bit. So those are almost done. I'll finish them and take a picture in here, and you won't see them again because I have to send them to my friend. And I have one more whip. I did work, I thought I was going to finish it on my trip, but I just didn't. My Curiosity and Opportunity socks.
That's another one with the chart though.
Yeah. That, which is, I wasn't doing it in the car. I was, you know, other than the
that
cuff.
would make me so sick.
Well, it was just, you have to keep looking at it. And
That's what I mean.
so, this is how it looks. And I showed it last time. It's Curiosity and Opportunity by Joji Locatelli. I think it's her most recent sock, other than the one that came out in Interpretations. I'm using Lichen and Lace pressed flowers.
Okay, sorry.
I'll cut that out. So I'm partway down.
I like the
bit more
back.
to go. I do too.
Really pretty.
Yeah,
I would be tempted to do a whole pair of socks like that.
I love this sock pattern. Love, love, love it. It's just a little slower because you got to keep checking the pattern because every row is different.
Yeah.
Well, you get a rest row in between. That row's easy. So yeah, that will be done hopefully soon. And that's it for whips.
Yay! Holy Toledo.
That's it for knitting. Oh my gosh, this is a long episode.
Oh.
That's it for the knitting content. So I will talk about the yarn stores that I visited on my vacation and my souvenirs. And then we always throw some photos in at the end, but I you know, I've put some in at the throughout as well. So if you're not interested in seeing the yarn that I bought or hearing about the yarn stores, thank you for sticking around, and we'll see you again in the next episode in a few weeks.
Yes.
And remember to join our knit-alongs in our Ravelry group and follow us on Instagram, and hopefully you'll be going to Kawartha and you can win some tickets. So thanks everyone for everything so far. On our vacation, we had a stopover in Dayton, Ohio.
Ooh.
And the boys went to the National Air Force Museum, which I
that
actually...
is so right up their alley.
Yeah, and I would have liked to have gone to that, but I also wanted to go to a yarn store. I like museums.
You know what?
They had cool stuff.
Museum, yarn store. Museum, yeah, I'm going yarn store.
They have the Valkyrie.
Oh, that might
Like, they have a lot of, like,
okay,
they have a lot of really cool things. It would have been neat, but maybe not a whole day of it kind of thing, right? So I went to Strings Attached, which is downtown in Dayton, Ohio.
Nice.
And it was fairly quiet for the first little bit, and then a few more customers came in. But since it was quiet, the lovely Elizabeth sat and knit with me for a while, and we just had a really good time.
Nice.
Yeah, it was
Good.
great. She gave me a VIP tour of the store.
Oh, good.
They have beautiful yarns.
You took pictures, right?
I did.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
I can put the pictures in as I'm talking. They have, I'm trying to remember everything they have now. I should have written it all down. They have Shibui. They have a lot of Brooklyn tweed.
Nice.
They've got, like a lot of woolly yarns. They have, I think it's the Jameson.
Shetland.
The stuff for color work, like and you know what they did, which is so cool? I think they have every color. So they actually have a table with a big box, and they have one of every color. So if you're picking combinations for color work,
that's nice.
you don't have to haul it all off the shelf. And then they just put it all back in. Brilliant. And they're doing color work is popular with them right now. They had the Tin Can Knits book. Cool. Canada represent. So that was cool.
Yeah, one lives in Edinburgh. You know that, right? Like, one lives in Scotland, one lives in
Ontario?
Canada.
Oh, I didn't know
BC,
that.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought it was all from
No,
Canada.
I'm pretty sure.
Interesting. But it's a great book.
Awesome book.
Popular.
Love it.
And
Love it.
color work is, they said it's quite popular right now. And she was telling me about, she's actually, that afternoon, she had a class coming in for a color work glove, fingerless glove. It's an Isolde Teague pattern, and it was really neat. And she was telling me about the construction of it. The fingers are actually knit, flat, seamed, grafted onto the hand. Yeah, and same with the thumb, which is really cool. Because I remember thinking, okay, I've never wanted to do a glove because I don't like doing the thumbs, like on DPNs. They're so quick, but I hate doing them because they're just little. And I always thought, gloves would annoy me, right? Because then you have to do 5 like that. But this one's done different. So that was really cool. And she was just telling me about it, and it's a really neat pattern. So that's what I bought. I'm not going to make those gloves, but for something. This is Toomey.
Oh, they have Roma.
It's Rama Garn. And this is the Toomey base. And it feel it. It's really nice.
It is nice.
I know.
Superwash?
No. Or is it? Super fine, 50% super fine alpaca, 50% wool. Now, does super fine mean super wash? I don't know. Why would you have super wash alpaca? No. Anyways, I'll show you the label. But it's really nice yarn, and I don't like rough wool, so there you go. I got it in a gray and a natural. And I thought, maybe I'll do some mittens. Skein Knits has some amazing color work mittens, right?
Oh, they're beautiful. I like the ones where they're reindeers.
So I may do that. And I took it apart, but look how she packaged the yarn. She wrapped it up so pretty in tissue paper with a sticker. So I got those. I can't even put them back in that tissue paper. And she had, this is the only package she had. It's Tough Woolens.
Oh, nice.
We hear about it all the time, right? It's sock soap, not soak soap. Tough Woolen sock soap, and they're little samples of different ones.
I'm having a hard time.
So I'll give you one of these. I want to go through them though and figure out which one I want, because you know how sometimes fragrances bug me. But yeah, so there's like 5 little different ones, which is pretty cool. So I can try them out. I also bought. They have these, and I've seen these somewhere. They're Ann Budd gauge rulers. So I got one for you.
Oh, that is so cool.
One for me and one for a giveaway. And they're neat because
so cool.
they're transparent, right? So you put them on top of your knitting. Do I have an example here?
You've
you
got
put
it
it
like
on
a
top
whole
of your
split.
knitting, and there's light and dark. So if it's dark yarn, you can see the white lines.
That is just so ingenious.
Brilliant. And then it's got all the different gauges. So it's a 1 inch measurement, and you can see how many stitches you have per inch.
That is so cool.
Yeah. Now I prefer doing a larger gauge swatch because I have done 1 inch counts, and if you're off by a quarter stitch or a half a stitch, that adds up over 4 stitches, right? Depending on what you're doing. For a sweater, it might matter. But anyways, I just thought this is really handy, and then it has like a regular ruler, right, on the top.
That is so awesome. Thank you.
Yeah. So I got me one, and then this is some like hand dyed yarn that they had in the store, 2 different brands.
I like that.
So
I like the name of that one.
this is hand painted yarn. The base is called Sonoma, and the colorway is Blue Topaz. It's 100% superwash merino. In a really rich blue, tealy blue topaz it's called. It's not. It's 100% superwash merino.
I know, but it is. Oh no, never mind.
It's not. There's no nylon in it. So this would be great for a shawl or mittens or something, right? Fingerless mitts. And then they have Nice and Knit, and I've heard of this somewhere, maybe on another American podcaster, but it's Nice and Knit, superwash merino, cashmere nylon, and this is
pretty.
It doesn't have a name, but it's just a speckle.
That's very
Isn't
pretty.
it pretty? It's so soft and fluffy. It would go nice with
It's so soft and fluffy.
those 2 colors would go nice. So I got those for my knitting souvenirs.
They're beautiful.
So it was a really nice store. And then I took my very first Uber ride. I took an Uber. It was actually kind of fun. Then we went to Atlanta. There were no yarn stores anywhere near sort of the downtown area, and I didn't have a vehicle to use, so no yarn shopping there. Then in Orlando, there was nothing really close. Like, we were actually really in the heart of Orlando. Well, not downtown Orlando, but we were really close to Disney Springs area, like Buena Vista area. So there was one day, we didn't do a ton of stuff there, and we had a down day where I asked Ryan if he would drive me to north. It's about a half-hour drive to where there were a couple of yarn stores fairly close together. So they dropped me off. I did some shopping. They went and got a milkshake, whatever. So I went to 2 stores. The first one I went to was the Knitting Patch, and the owner there is Laura Hall, and I have pictures I'll put in here. This is a beautiful, beautiful yarn store.
Okay.
It is so colorful, and she has everything. She had some Richard DeVries, and she's expecting a shipment of Richard DeVries, and she was actually talking about it with a customer, and then I said, oh, he's from Ontario. I'm from Ontario. Like, I've met him, and they're like, oh, really? And they were quite excited. She's so excited to get his her order in from him. So yeah, we were just talking about that a bit.
Yeah.
She has everything, and she had a lot of Malabrigo.
Okay.
She had Manos del Uruguay, like all the favorites. So they had a few knitted. Oh, she has a ton of samples too. I was trying on shawls. She was just such a wonderful lady. I bought a bit of Malabrigo. Then I found this color. This is your fault. You and your pinky purple. Look at it. It's like, oh, this color. Hang on.
Pinky purple.
That you bought for your sweater. I'm totally playing with light here. Cool light. Okay, sorry guys.
Oh,
it is like there's fuchsia. I bought enough of this to do, I think, a shawl. Nice. So I've been looking at the Cowboys and Angels.
That would be pretty.
And then there's also a shawl that a designer gave us, each of us, a copy of.
Gowla.
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 And it's by Erinine Designs, and she sent us each a copy of the pattern as a gift. So thank you very much. And it's actually, she was bang on. Like, it is a shawl that we both really like and would love to knit. So we're thinking of doing that one maybe after we're done our current shawls. But either way, this would be a yarn I could use for that. And I bought this because it's a base I have never seen before in Malabrigo. It's called Worsted. It's a superwash merino worsted. So they call it Worsted. I've never seen it before, right?
Like
so it is a 1-ply.
Okay.
And there, like I said, there was a lady knitting with it and knit up. It's gorgeous. And I also went online and looked at different pictures of projects made with it. It knits up really nice. And it's so so it's so soft. So Worsted. So I bought 4 of these, enough, to make sure I had enough to make, because they're both quite big shawls. And then just because I bought a skein of it in Anniversario.
That's one of your favorites.
It's one of
You
my
always have to
favorite
get that.
colors. So I just bought one, could do something with that. And then I bought a skein of, this is the chunky, this is, oh no, it's not, it's Rios. This is the worsted, the Rios in these pinky plums, right?
I like the pinky with the black.
It's looking brownish here. Maybe I need to back up. You know what, our light has changed because,
Sun's going down.
yeah.
Change of direction.
It's too bad because this is really a beautiful
Pretty.
color. It's plums. It's called,
You wanna take a picture and put
oh, I
it
didn't
in?
say the colors. Ah, that's a good idea. I'll do that. The color of this one is English Rose. And the color of the plummy one is Purpurus. So, beautiful. And I just bought one of that. After doing those other mittens, which are a gift for someone, I thought,
Yeah, mitten
mittens
kick.
in this, that'd be nice. So yeah, so I got those at the Knitting Patch. And oh, it's in Longwood, Florida, north of Orlando. Easy to get to if you're there and have a vehicle. The second store I went to was just very near, like maybe a 5-minute drive away. And it was called Knit with exclamation mark. I wrote on it, so I'm just going to cover up. Knit. So also in Longwood, the one of the owners that was there, her name is Ruth. Her and her sister own the store. It was a small store, but it was really nice. And they had a group of knitters there knitting, and they have kind of a little bit of everything. And you know what they had there that surprised me is Trailhead Yarns, which is the vegan yarn dyer, right? And she's from Ontario. So they had Trailhead Yarns, and I actually have some of it. And so I told her, I've got this in my base. And they had a sample knit up of it.
Oh, cool.
So I had a few different things there. And of course I wanted something different that I can't just get anywhere. So I picked up 2 souvenir skeins. This is a hand dye by a company called 100 Ravens.
Nice.
And the colorway is called Catherine of Aragon. It's very regal sounding. And the base is Yaksha. It is 70% merino, 20% yak, 10% nylon. So it's a sock yarn, and it's just a rich, rich, rich purple.
That is pretty. That's
So
very
I've
pretty.
kind of swung from teals to purples a bit here, eh? Isn't that a gorgeous color? So that will be socks. And then this is Meadowcroft Dye Works Yarn Rehab. It's Cross Creek sock, and the color is sterling.
That's pretty.
This is up your alley. It's just a very gray, like tonal gray, right?
That's very pretty.
Yeah. So I thought, and also beautiful. That would be a beautiful pair of socks too. So I got those at Knit. The last store I went to was in Myrtle Beach. Knit and Pearl is the store.
Nice.
Okay, beautiful store.
Oh, you were telling me about this one.
I took pictures of this one too. So laid out by weight, which a lot of yarn stores are. The store was beautiful. They had a classroom at the back that had all glass walls, like a glass wall. So you
cool.
could,
That's-
lots, which is great for the classroom because then there's a lot of light brought into it. And then they had mirrors around the exterior walls of the store. So it really just opened up the space.
Nice.
It was a good sized store. What I really was struck by was their work table. So they had a big work table in the center because
I remember you
it
telling
was
me this.
big.
It's good.
and they had all across the center, she had about 4 like Lazy Susan type organizers. Like there was any tool you could need or want to try was in there. So everything from like, oh, you forgot a stitch marker, you need a ruler, you need a measuring tape. She has all different types of needles in there. So if you wanted to do a gauge swatch with a certain type of needle before you bought it, just to try it out, or different size needle, you could. Like everything was in those bins, and it was just fantastic. And then every chair, every seat, there was a desk lamp, an individual desk lamp with, you know, so you could turn on your light and see what you were doing. Just really thoughtful and really well set
Well
up.
planned.
Yeah.
Good.
There was a group of ladies in there that were knitting, and you can tell that they've been
I like the fact
regulars.
that you can do the knitting and the class.
exactly
Like
separate
that was-
classroom
yeah.
space.
That must
Yeah.
have been a good sized store too.
It was decent sized. Yeah, it was. Yeah, well, I'll put the pictures up, but it was quite and packed with stuff. Lots of samples, lots of knit alongs going on, and I can't remember. Okay, I'm not totally totally sure of the name of the lady that helped me. So I didn't make note of it, and I don't want to say it and get it wrong. So just thank you to the staff who were there, who helped me and sort of told me about different things in the store. There was a lot in that store, let me tell you, that I wanted to bring home and just couldn't. But I managed to pick a few. So first, Malabrigo speckles.
That's nice.
Did not even know. Like, yeah, Malabrigo speckles. So this is the Machita base. It's 100% merino superwash. And it is, it's got some twist to it. So it's not like
gorgeous.
it's not like a typical one ply. It's kind of got a bit of a twist. Isn't it beautiful? And
Gorgeous.
the reason is there was a sample knit up, and how it looks knit up is stunning. Because I was looking at it and just thought, oh, okay, that's interesting. And then when I saw the sample, I asked her, like, what yarn is this? And it's this one. This color is 667 Storm. So this would be amazing mittens too. Like fingerless
You
mitts.
are on a mitten.
Oh my gosh, it's so beautiful. This would go with the other. I mean, look.
Where'd she go?
Right? It would go with this. And the gray. Seriously. I mean, it's just, yeah. And I didn't plan that. Like, the stuff was packed away in the car. So this,
It's all packed away.
but I did plan this. Well, I picked
That's
it.
pretty.
Yeah. So also a skein of Malabrigo Machita. Azul Profundo. You
That one
see
almost
there?
looks like it's yeah.
I'm trying to think if I have this in my stash in a different base. It's just, I've seen it before. So another rich teal blue, but these two would be stunning
I
together.
like the black undertones to it.
I know. That's why I just love the colors of Malabrigo. So got those.
No.
And I didn't intend to buy a bunch of Malabrigo, but Malabrigo is hard to get in Canada right
I was
now.
gonna say it's hard to get. Yeah.
There's apparently a problem with the distributor in Canada, or they don't have one or something. So like I said, I didn't set out to buy a bunch of Malabrigo, but it happened, and they have a lot of it.
always been one of your favorites.
I've always loved Malabrigo.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that one's always been a favorite. So that doesn't surprise me that there's a whole whopping.
Yes. And then this, I just liked the colors of it. It's Oricania, Huasco, hand-painted superwash extra fine merino wool. This is 100% wool,
Oh, nice.
and it's twisted. Yeah. I love it because it's kind of a, there's black and a light blue
And
on the
then
cream
natural.
base. Yeah. Gorgeous, hey?
Beautiful. That one's gorgeous.
Do you like it?
Yes.
Do you want one?
Oh, I'd love one.
Okay.
Love if
I
you
bought
did.
two. Because at first I was just going to get one. I thought, I bet you'd like this.
It's nice.
I don't know what we're going to make. At first I thought socks, but you'd have to
Yeah.
put some nylon on
Yeah.
the bottom. So
I'm thinking just a little cowl
you can do a cowl. I don't know what I'm going to do yet.
or a hat. My house, we wear hats
I
all
like
the
it. I
time.
know you
It's
like
beautiful,
hats.
gorgeous. Thank
So that's
you.
that. You're welcome.
Yay, thank you.
And then the last two were just sort of impulse buys because they were 50% off. So
Oh.
they're
Oh, Wonderland Yarns
big.
again.
Yeah, Wonderland Yarns, March Hare. This one's called Tea Time Salt and Pepper.
Okay.
I bought two, and it's actually, I don't know if the black is cracked or if it's just got
Oh, it
blue
looks like
as
it's
well.
Navy, yeah. It looks like an.
Because this looks black, so there's just different speckles, black to navy to blue. This must be a chunky.
It's beautiful.
Nope, it says it's a worsted. I would think
Could be
it
a heavy
closer
worsted
to an
one,
Aran,
Yeah.
but definitely squishy and fluffy. And then they had it in, they were on sale, so I thought, oh, this would be great for gift knitting, right? Make someone a hat or something, or for me. So this one is just, it's
That
called,
one's nice. I like that
oh, this
one.
is also Tea Time Victorian China.
Oh. Yes, because you know how they put so many colors in
And
their
it's got
china.
all the different colors. Yeah, so love that. I can't turn down a good sale.
Who can?
I know. That's it.
That's it.
Yes.
I totally messed up my socks.
Why?
I zigged when I should have zagged.
Oh, man.
And they were all.
'Cause
No,
they
I
were
just. It's
blabbing?
okay.
Okay.
So I took them apart.
Okay. So thanks for watching. We'll see you in a few weeks, and hope you enjoyed. I always feel bad when I'm showing. Here's all the stuff I bought, but it's nice for people to
Welcome to the
see.
shopping
I know.
channel.
I know. Even just a few of our viewers who live in places where they don't have access to yarn stores with this kind of selection.
Yeah.
So it's nice for them to see and hear what we think about it. Or at least I like that on other podcasts, and then you have an idea, and you may want to order, or you may like a color, that kind of thing. So.
I actually liked it the way you told it, where each store was, because someone who's going to Florida might think, oh hey, I'll stop. I'm going through there. I might stop by. So
and there was another one for sure I could have gone to, but just didn't have time, or maybe it wasn't open that day. There are stitching stores, so they're just sort of in like maybe a half hour, 45-minute. Distance.
Kind of like a window, yeah.
And there was one that I really, really, really wanted to go to in Cocoa Beach, because we went to the Kennedy Space Center, and we went on Sunday, and they were closed that day.
Bummer.
I know. I was following them on Instagram, and she was showing all these yarns, because they just had a yarn crawl thing going on. Oh my gosh, I wanted to go so bad. So another time, I'll have to go.
Yeah. Bummer.
Yeah, but that's about it. All right. See you soon.
Happy knitting. Take care.
Make time to make something.
Now I have to do this still.
So I just went to the bathroom,
My ass is tired.
and when I turned to flush the toilet,
I know.
it almost dipped in.
I went like this.
Well, you were thinking I just would have. I would have had to burn it. No, I would have just cut it off, and I don't know what I would have done. Can you imagine? Thank goodness. Okay.
You know that your pee is sterile, right?
I don't want it on my scarf.
I don't want it on my scarf.
I mean, I know
But you
that.
can wash
I know
it.
it's actually one of the cleanest things that come out of your body because you're kidney. But anyways, knitting and biology, bonus content today.
I would.